Welcome back to the ADHD podcast,
Yep.
proudly sponsored by Dexies
And Red Bull.
and Red Bull. Welcome back to Fill in the Gaps. I am Egg, and with me today is a fantastic tattoo artist, as always. This artist happened to find a tattoo studio that had the same name as her tattoo. Oh, no, hold on. Sorry, you probably named it. Sorry, my bad. It's Fizz Inc. How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad. Thanks for being here.
That's all right.
How's your day been so far?
Good.
Good.
Chill.
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 That's what we want on a Monday. It's definitely a Sunday because this is coming out on a Sunday. So it's Sunday today, right?
Yeah, well, technically this is like my weekend.
There you go.
So it's good because everyone's busy and I can just chill.
Exactly. Everyone's busy except you.
Yeah.
Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate the podcast and everything. And shout out to sponsor Industry Tattoo Supply for sponsoring the podcast. Legends over there. Hit them up. Yeah, thanks for being on the show. It's fantastic to have you here.
That's all right.
I've been to your studio before, your lovely studio of Fizz Inc. Tattoo Studio.
Yeah.
Is that what it's called? Look at me go. No notes or anything for that.
Well, originally I didn't plan to have people working for me.
Okay.
So that's why I named it after myself.
Right.
And then people just kind of happened. And they're like, that's just really weird because it's not just you. And I'm like, yeah, it wasn't planned that way.
Did you have to like try force them to put the word Fizz into their tattoo name or something? Or
Nah, but like they would just like tag the studio.
okay.
So then I had to make a studio account, and I was like, this is just weird because it's like Fizz Inc. and then Fizz Inc. Tattoo Studio, and like people not so confused now, but yeah, it took a while.
What would be the one that you would change? Would you rather change your tattoo name or the name of the studio?
I don't know, like
I'm starting off with the hard hitting questions, aren't I?
because I don't like my real name.
Okay.
So
Wait, your real name's not Fizz?
I
That's
wish,
that's crazy. Hey.
no, I wouldn't know what to put me on, like anything, but then I wouldn't know what to change the studio to because everything's almost taken.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
So just, I don't know, just leave it, I guess.
Fizzy Tattoo Studio.
Well, I could change it to Whiz Fizz,
Whiz Fizz.
or like change me to Whiz Fizz, and then keep the studio as Fizz Inc.
Wizard Fizzard.
Well, you know, like the Whiz Fizz, like the show.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how I got Fizz.
Yeah, nice. So, how did you get the nickname Fizz? I was about to say Whiz. How did you get the
You can call
nickname
me
Fizz?
Whiz Fizz. My year 7 teacher used to call me Whiz Fizz because I would just be like running around and just crazy.
And then you discovered Dexies.
Well, no, I discovered Red Eye energy drink when I was probably like 11.
Red Eye energy drink. What's
Yeah.
that?
It was just like an energy drink back in the day.
Back in the day.
Before like we had Red Bull and anything else, it was Red Eye, and I used to be able to get it from like an IGA.
You can't get it anymore.
Oh, you might be like from IGA, but then it was like Monster, or was it Mother? One of the two, and then it just slowly went to Red Bull.
I've never heard of Red Eye
I'll have to find it.
ever. I mean, I haven't really been in the energy drink game for too long, to be fair. But
Look, when it came out, you were probably
4.
well. If I was 11 or 12, you
Okay.
were 1.
Hey. No age discrimination here, thank you very much. We get it. I'm a child.
Well, I wouldn't want you drinking Red Eye when you were like 2.
I mean, I was drinking cups of tea when I was about 4,
Okay, well, I mean,
so we're getting there.
Red Cordial is like the same anyway, right?
Yeah, same thing. That reminds me, I forgot to start off the podcast with this. I got you a present.
Okay.
I try to get presents for the guests as much as I can, but sometimes it's hard to get people presents and stuff. It's nothing major. It's not a winning lotto ticket. It's a runner-up lotto ticket. Because I saw that you like the red one, like someone got you the red one the other day, and I was like, I know the red one.
Yes, thank you.
That's okay. Anytime. I hope it's good. Yeah, because you messaged me and you're like, do you want me to bring you a Red Bull? And I was like, little does she know I got her a Red Bull.
Yes, the Red Bull. Although I've told myself not to have any because it's 5 o'clock and normally I stop at like 1. So I was like, I do have one in my bag just in case.
Just in case. Now you got 2 on the way
Now I have
home.
2.
Just smash them together and chug.
Just not sleep tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because I normally have one with me as well, but I drank it on the way home from work today because I was feeling a little bit sleepy. But yeah. So Fizz got it from your year 7 teacher.
Yep, Mr. Steen.
Mr. Steen. Shout out Mr. Steen. What a legend. Was he a good teacher?
He was a really good teacher. I was so like upset when I had to leave and go to high school. I was like, this is shit.
As it normally is at school. That just reminded me. I haven't thought about this in like a long time. So when I was little, you know Clifford the Big Red Dog?
It sounds familiar.
It's a big red dog and it's like a kid's book and stuff like that. I had like the whole collection when I was really little. And my favourite book in that was called Fizz. Oh. And the cover was purple and everything. And I think it was about him like drinking a fizzy drink or something. And it was like purple, I don't know. Oh, and then from that was my favourite book. And I always said growing up that I wanted to have a kid and name them Fizz. And I wanted them to have purple hair. I don't know how that was going to work logistically. But yes. that was my grand plan. So are you my child or something?
Yes, I'm from an alternate universe.
Yes. Okay. Rick and Morty vibes.
Yep, definitely.
Nice. Yeah, I've not thought about that in years.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The more you know. Yeah.
It is.
Wanted my kid to have purple hair and I don't even have hair, so one step behind already.
Well, hopefully your kid does have hair.
Fingers crossed. First, I'd like to find my kid and introduce myself. But second step, make sure they have hair.
So. Well, this one does. So,
okay.
You know, who knows? You might still have like 100 out there or something.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. Hopefully not. We can only hope and pray for the sake of the universe that there are not more of me out there.
No, you're a good person.
That's what my mum used to say as well. But
used to say?
Yeah. She's kind of gone off that bandwagon now.
Oh, she'll change. They go through these phases where they like you and then they don't, and then they like you and then they don't.
And then they leave, and then...
Yeah, well...
So let's talk about abandonment for a while.
Well, that was... I guess it was a bit like my dad. Like, he's... Oh, God, how do I put this in a really nice way?
A legend.
He's a legend. He just doesn't know how to be a dad.
In what sense?
So, like, he can be your best friend, but, like, being a dad and, like, having authority and all that kind of stuff, he has no idea about. So, like, me and my twin sister were raised pretty much by my mum. And then Dad was kind of like, hey, like, let's go to Time Zone and let's do cool stuff. And then, yeah, he went and got married 2 more times and had a few more kids. But he always means well.
Okay. So not a bad dad, just not a dad.
Not how you stereotypically would see, like, a father.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
gotcha.
But he's really always, like, still trying to make amends. Okay. And he's trying his best.
Right. I see. Yeah, because you guys do, like, a bit of work together and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, hey, like...
Yeah. Like, he's helped me with so much stuff inside the studio as well, because I get stubborn and, you know, I want to, like, make something and I have no idea how to make it, so he'll help me. But yeah, bought a house specifically knowing that I would have my dad to help me, because if I didn't, I would have no idea what to do.
Right. So he gets busy with his hands.
Gross.
More than just his hands, apparently, if he got married 2 more times. Sorry to put that in your brain. But so he's taught you a lot of, like, the building side of things, and you do that kind of stuff together. So is he qualified in a trade or something?
He's a chef.
Gotcha. So technically qualified in a trade, just not the same trade that would be helping him with building stuff.
Yeah, so he's always done like handyman work.
Okay.
I remember when I was, I think, like 16 on, like, school holidays, I would help him, like, renovate houses. Yeah. Because I was so bored, but I don't think or maybe I was 15 because I wasn't old enough to, like, work. Okay. So I remembered, like, helping him on small jobs, and then, you know, he would pay me and I'd be like, yay, $20. Like,
nice.
Woo. And then he's just kind of helped wherever I've needed help in the past. But yeah.
Yeah, because you've done a lot of the work on the studio yourself, or a lot of it? Like
pretty much everything. Like, structurally, it was already kind of there.
Okay.
But yeah, all the painting, anything that needs fixing. Like I'll try and fix it myself first and regret it, and then
Try fix it yourself. We've seen the studio. You've done more than try there, woman.
Well, I'm very impatient. So like
Okay.
when I did the rainbow on the stairs, I was just like, oh, I'll just paint over what's already there. It was like varnish, and then I was painting acrylic paint, so it just peeled off.
Mm.
And I only realized after doing like, I don't know, 10 hours of just like 4 coats, and I was like, oh no, I'm not taking this off.
You didn't like sand or undercoat or
Because I was like, I don't know, I do weird things. Like if I have like an hour or two where I'm not tattooing or I've just come to the studio, I always have to keep myself busy.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I'll just do this. And then before I know it's like 4 hours later, I'm like, oh, fuck my life.
It's 4 hours later and you're noticing that there's varnish on the stairs and
Yep.
yeah, good effort. Yeah. So have you got any projects going on in terms of building and renovating and that kind of thing that you're working on or want to work on?
Yeah, so currently I bought a house in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it didn't technically have a kitchen anyway. It just had like some cupboards.
Didn't have a kitchen.
No.
How does...
It had a sink and then like what do you call it? You know, the cupboards, I guess. It didn't have an oven, and the previous tenants stole all the copper piping.
Stole the copper piping. Why?
Because copper's worth like money.
Okay.
So I guess they were like, oh, well, we're getting kicked out. We might as well take something. And that was probably the only thing they could take.
I feel like a fridge would be easier and more convenient to steal than copper piping.
Well, it's quite easy to take. Like it was just kind of like
But
on one wall.
why?
Because I don't know, Google how much copper is. It's apparently worth stealing.
Apparently, if someone stole copper piping...
I can't remember how much it actually is, but yeah, I wasn't surprised when I checked out the house and she was like, yeah, so the water in the kitchen isn't currently connected. I was like, okay, cool.
I can do that. I'll just paint over it.
Oh, I honestly rushed into this house so quickly. I saw the house on like a Sunday. I put an offer in on Monday. My finance got accepted Tuesday, paperwork Wednesday, and then Thursday, like it was all done. And I remember calling my sister and I was like, hey, and she's like, hey, how you going? Because she lives in Melbourne. I was like, I bought a house. And she's like, what? I was like, yeah, like it's been like 4 days and I was going to not tell you if I didn't get accepted or anything. But then it all went through and then I had all this paperwork to do. Anyway, I have a house. And she was like, holy shit. And then she was asking me all these questions and I was like, I don't know what I've gotten myself into. I bought it as is. Like, don't make me cry right now.
She's like, do the stairs have varnish on them? That's step 1, okay?
Well, the floors do. Like, yeah, this house needs a lot of work.
Okay.
Like a lot of work.
And that's where you and Father Fizz come into play.
Yep. So I was originally just going to do the kitchen first because obviously there was no kitchen.
Put the copper piping back in. Yep. Etc. Put the kitchen in.
Yep. But then we realized that most of the plumbing in the bathroom had like rusted away.
Okay.
So where the bath was, all the water was just going under the bath.
Nice.
So then I decided to rip out the bathroom and the rest of the kitchen and then decided to knock a wall out as well to make the bathroom bigger. And then I knocked out another wall to move a doorway. And yeah, so there's quite a few projects.
I see. I worked as a TA for my dad for a little bit because he's a chippy out in the bush, so he's like qualified in a lot of different trades. I think he's qualified in one, but he does a lot of different trades. And I can say from doing, what's the word I'm looking for? When you redo a bathroom and stuff.
Yeah,
what's
like
the
renovate.
Word? Renovation. Yeah. It's been a long Monday. Doing renovations, the best part of the renovations is the demo work.
Oh yeah, that was so fun.
It's so good just smashing stuff, but then you have to like pick it all up and get rid of it and clean it. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that. I just want to break it all.
That was probably the worst part was like just getting buckets and taking it outside. Thankfully, like I have a pretty big block.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just been dividing up all the rubbish at the back because I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to the tip.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered with this. But the tiles on the bathroom floor, like just came off so easily.
Nice.
And
That's
then
the best, isn't it? With the jackhammer, when you just go bang, and then it
I
just
didn't even
all
need
comes
a
up.
jackhammer.
Oh, what did you use?
I just used like a scraper.
You used a scraper
and
to
then
pull
hammer.
up.
And then it was
Okay.
just like, because
That
they were
makes
really
more
small
sense.
tiles. But even the ones on one wall, like I just kind of hammered the scraper in it. It just they all just fell off. But then where the bathtub was, they'd like redone that to sell the house. They like concreted over like all this water damage, and these
Nice.
tiles were so hard to get off. And Dad was like, you know what, just leave that to me because
Oh, the muscles.
I tried, and a few times I almost got myself in the face. And Dad's like, put safety glasses on. I was like, I tried, like, over my glasses, and I was like, no, this isn't working.
Hold on. You did all that demo work without safety glasses. Are you insane?
This is going to be so embarrassing. I'm so bad. Like, I didn't have, like, earplugs. I probably should have been wearing a mask. I did try for a little bit. Yeah. I probably wasn't even wearing, like, the right attire. Yeah.
Have you heard that when you tattoo, you're supposed to wear gloves as well?
Thankfully, with anything tattooing-wise, I'm really good.
Okay.
But when it comes to renovating, I'm just like, I'll just do this today.
Okay.
And then, just started doing that, and it kind of just cascaded into...
That's insane.
...ruining the rest of the bathroom. So, now it's completely emptied. Then we had to get some of the concrete off the floor as well.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully back then they only concreted like a section of the bathroom, and then where the bathtub is, it's like 2 brick walls like on the ground, and then sand to hold the bathtub.
Nice.
So that was easy. And then I've decided to put a toilet in the bathroom as well.
Okay.
So I made it bigger, put a toilet there. It's been kind of like trying to plan all of this stuff and then figure out where all the plumbing is going. And so then we had to rip up all the concrete in the back room and then dig where the pipes were at the back as well. So it was like so much rubble.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very tedious process.
It is.
Have you got running water yet, though?
Well, currently I only have a laundry sink that works.
So no, was the answer there.
Well, and then the laundry sink is blocked.
What's it blocked by? Lack of copper pipe?
Well, whatever that one's connected to, it must just be all eroded as well. So I was like, awesome.
That's ideal.
Yeah, it's great.
And this house only cost you a measly $4 million.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, if I bought it like a year and a half ago, it was probably going to cost me like $150,000 less. But I couldn't wait.
I thought you were about to say 150,000. I was like, what suburb is this?
Less.
Wild.
But no, I definitely spent too much on it, but like anyone in this market.
You have to.
But when I knew, so I've just been scouring houses for like the last year, and it was the day after our Christmas party, and I was so like hungover. I was just like on realestate.com, and this house like came up, and it was like 4 o'clock on a Sunday to view it. I was like, I have to do this. Like, let's see it. There was like 3 other people there, and I was like, this is great, because normally there'd be like 40. I was like, okay, I knew it. No one wants it because no one can move into it. And so then I was like, okay, what would you take? And then she was like, yep, this. And I was like, okay, cool. Let's go. Let's do it.
Just empty the pockets. You're like, there you go.
Yeah, well, then I had to call my broker, and I was like, hey, I found a house. Can I put an offer in? And she's like, okay, go, slow down. And I was like, I just really want it now.
No, the fizz in me is fizzing. Let's do it.
Oh, I'm so impatient when I want to be.
Yeah. You got to get shit done.
Oh,
Got to be impulsive.
Oh, definitely.
You know, dye the hair, cut the hair, paint the nails, buy a house, just those kind of things.
I'm so glad I'm over dyeing my hair now, though.
Same. Although
you could dye your beard.
I did dye my beard.
Ah.
Yeah, couple of days ago. Yeah, dyed it. It's like black.
Oh, okay. Wait, what color was it before?
I mean, it's like white person brown, so like going on towards ginger, if that makes sense. So it's not ginger, but it's not brown. It's just like brown enough where, because it's beard hair, if light hits it, it looks red.
Okay, so you're like, I don't want to be a ranger.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And my natural hair is like dark brown, so.
Okay.
I'm just, I mean, the first time I ever dyed my beard, I was like, I get it now. I get why girls do it, because it is kind of fun to just like fuck it up, you know?
Do you get dye everywhere?
No, I got my missus to do it. So
Okay,
she had the
okay.
little brush and she just...
Oh, so she was good at that.
Yeah, yeah.
I used to get it everywhere. Like I've dyed my hair so many different colors, and
What's
again,
your favourite colour that you've dyed your hair?
probably purple.
Nice.
That was fun, but it was never consistent. Like it just looks so shit. I was like, why do I do this?
I once bleached my hair when I was 16. Didn't know what tone I was.
Okay,
So that's the thing that I fucked up.
that would help.
So my hair was orange, very orange. Not even Ranga orange, just bright orange. Wasn't nice. And then, I thought it was a vibe. Because
How long did you? Well, your hair would probably grow pretty quickly too.
yeah, all my hair actually grows very quickly, so I have to shave my head very often. It's a pain in the ass. But I think I had it for like 2 months maybe.
Yeah.
And then, I just like dyed it black and all that. And look back at the photos, I was like, what the fuck was I doing? But also, I dyed it before I lost it, so it's okay.
So at least you got to do it once.
Exactly. Use it or lose it, I guess.
I dyed my hair black. It was the first color I ever dyed my hair, and I'm naturally really blonde. So,
Is that your natural hair color?
like here.
Okay.
So it's pretty blonde. This is like 3 months. My hair grows so slow. But I went through that emo phase.
Just a phase.
Yeah, it was probably a couple of years, that's for sure. But yeah, my hair was so blonde, and I just dyed it black. And I had it for a while, but back then people were pretty horrible to people that were different.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I got like yelled at on the train, and I was just like, what? Like I just dyed it black. But it took like 2 years to get back to blonde. I was pretty sad, so I was Ranga then too.
Nice. This is going to sound odd, but you are one of the few people where I could genuinely imagine you with any hair color.
Oh really?
Like absolutely any. Just looking at you, I'm like, I can imagine you, like when you said black, normally it's like, I can't imagine you with black hair. I could 100% imagine you with black hair.
I'd probably suit it more now, but when I dyed it, like I had no eyebrows. Like they were so blonde. I had no eyelashes.
So do you dye your eyebrows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise they're like non-existent. I have no expression.
Yeah, fair.
But I remember I had knee surgery, and I couldn't dye my hair for like, I don't know, it was like 6 weeks. And Mum thought it was so funny because it looked like my like hairline started like halfway. I just like a strip of blonde.
Nice.
I was like, this is really embarrassing, Mum. Thank you.
Whenever I like tell people I'm going to dye my beard, they're like, oh, you have to dye your eyebrows as well. And I'm like, you seen my eyebrows? They're fucking luscious. Fuck off.
No, you don't have to do anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm jealous.
I know.
I have to tint them, but they're probably too dark for my hair. But I'm like, you know what? I don't care. At least I have an expression now.
Exactly. You don't do the old like get really red in the face and then you look like it's just like negative eyebrows.
See, I still kind of do, but I used to be called a tomato in high school.
Lobster was normally the one we used to call guys that
really?
did that. But yeah, tomato, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, I would go bright red. And so like I still do. Like I only really wear makeup now just so if I ever do get embarrassed, people won't see how red I get.
Just do blush all over your face so you're red before it even starts.
Well, I'm pretty albino. Like if I wasn't so heavily tattooed.
Do you have tattoos?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just like a little wave on the rib or something.
Yeah, just a small one.
Yeah.
You can't see
It's
it right
just
now.
a little one. What is one color that you wouldn't dye your hair?
Oh wow.
Or a mixture of colors? Like what is one hair color that you would not do?
Green.
What kind of green? Like a murky
Like
green?
neon green.
You wouldn't do neon green.
I don't know why. I just don't really like green.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll turn the light off then. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay. I got the pink one here. It's fine.
Yeah, fair. Pink is a great color. I mean,
No, I liked pink. Pink looked cool. It was more like pink purple. Like I said, it was kind of just whatever shade stuck to whatever color.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would 100% dye my hair if I had hair. Like funky colors. Fuck off. You didn't have to do this sympathy growl. That was harsh.
But it's okay. At least you can grow a beard, though.
Fucking oath I can grow a beard. I can grow an amazing beard.
I really want you to bleach it and dye the color now.
I thought about it when I did it. I was like, I could just do like spots and just do like love hearts or something.
That'd be
on my
cool.
beard. Would it though? Or would it be really fucking stupid?
Well, as long as the hair stays in the same spot.
Where else would it go?
No, but like if you had a heart and then it just moved around, it probably just looked like a
it gets
weird
frizzy.
circle thing.
Yeah, because I just trimmed it like recently and it's already getting slightly fizzy. No, frizzy.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I don't get the pun. Yeah, nice. Would you ever get like Whiz Fizz coloured into your hair?
Well, like so it wrote it.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't think it would like stay. Like I've seen heaps of people do like circles and stuff in their hair, and it looks cool when your hair's like in place.
Yeah.
But like, what does it look like if you tie your hair back?
Yeah, I feel like you have to do like buzz cut or something if you do that because then
because then like the hair can't move.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Have you got a Whiz Fizz tattoo or any kind of fizz tattoo? Nice. What does the other knuckle say?
It says Miss Fizz.
Nice.
Because Fizz ink didn't fit, and I was 19.
Nice.
Fucking idiot. They were like, I think, what did I have? I think I had my hand tattooed.
Okay.
Because look, back when I started my apprenticeship,
Back in my day.
Everyone just assumed I was the receptionist.
Nice.
So it's like, this little blonde thing, and people were like, oh, here, I'm like here to get tattooed. I was like, oh, cool, how can I help? And they're like, can it be one of those people? I was like, so I just tried to get like visible tattoos.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yeah, I want Fizz ink. And I was like, oh, I can't make that work. So I was like, I'll get Miss Fizz.
Nice.
And I was just like,
I mean, you could have made Fizz ink.
I know, I could have done Fizz and then ink and then something here.
Yeah, or like Fizz Star ink or something. Or
In hindsight, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's there now. It's been there for
Suppose it is.
a long time.
Maybe I'll get Egg Star Boy.
Can you?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Learn from my mistakes.
Egg Fizz.
Egg Fizz.
There we go.
But then you still need, we'll do egg and then an egg.
Yeah.
And then Fizz will just...
You can do it for me.
All right.
Yeah.
I hate tattooing knuckles.
Oh, sorry. I'll go fuck myself then. My bad.
No, it's just like holding on to like a little limb. Oh no, that's going to sound really weird now.
Just out of context. It's like holding on to a little limb. Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
What other body parts do you tattoo?
No, thankfully I've never had to tattoo a penis.
I wasn't saying that at all. What are you talking about?
No, well, just like...
I've been saying for a bit, I want to get my palms tattooed at some point. I don't know why. I just want to do it.
Okay.
It's going to suck. Like, there's no point in doing it. They're going to fade. They're going to just leave. And it's going to hurt like a bitch.
I think it depends on the artist. Like, some people that have done a few, like, really know how to, like, keep it in the skin, if that makes sense.
But, like, I go to the gym all the time and, like, I use chalk on my hands and shit. Like,
well, I mean, you'd have to take like, maybe 2 weeks off the gym or something
obviously.
to let it, heal properly. But
2 weeks off the gym, nah, the grind never stops.
well, I'm like, I don't know if second skin would like stay on your hand.
Oh, God, no. I've tried putting it on like my shoulder or like my leg in summer and it just comes off after like 2 days.
No chance in summer.
Yeah, not a chance.
But no, do it. I thought about getting my palms tattooed, but then I was like, I have so many tattoos on this side. I'm like, naked.
Now that you just did that, that does look kind of odd, just the fact that it's just coloured. Bare.
So, like, I don't want it to look too crazy. So, I was like, And then, it sucks.
Oh, like, isn't it like one of the most painful tattoos because it's where all your nerve endings are? It's like that in the bottom of your feet, I think, and your armpits.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Have you got any of those done? Yeah. Maybe I just don't do it. No one's forcing me to do it.
I mean, you could always try it in, like, white ink first and then see how that holds. I mean, white ink, unless it's done well, won't really hold anyway. So if you're like, oh, I don't like it, then you're like, well, I'll give you, like, 6 months and hopefully you'll just disappear.
I mean, they will just disappear. But one of the artists I'm going to have on sometime in the near future, she's got her palms done in white ink. And it looks pretty cool. But, yeah, I don't think it will hold. So, like, imagine having a tattoo that you can't see and leaves after a while, and it's the most painful thing you ever have to live with.
You're like, I went through all of that for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Most painful thing that any human can ever go through.
Yeah, and then you're like, I have nothing to show for it.
Yeah. Look, there's scarring on my palms.
Well, I don't know if it would scar.
I don't think it would. Because surely the skin on your hands would just, like, die off and then
Yeah.
regenerate. That's not the right word, but that's the
I
word
don't
we're
know. I
going
guess
with.
I haven't really done, like, I haven't looked into, like, doing palm tattoos or, you know, looked into any of it because I'm like,
Nah.
Because then I'd be devastated if I did this really cool tattoo and then, like, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, that sucks. You paid all this money for nothing.
It's gone.
And it hurt.
Yeah.
Like, a lot.
Like a bitch. Yeah. Nice. And another thing that you can't do with your hands while you're having your palms heal. Jeez, you were thinking something completely off there. I was going to say gaming. Jesus.
No, I was wondering where you were going with that one.
Okay, sure. Little limb holder.
I'm sure you could. Like, no, you can game. I mean, or it depends on how much would hurt, I guess.
Depends how many hours of Zelda you play. Like, if you played over 299, have you ever done that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
This was a while ago now, though. Like, yeah.
You've beat the addiction.
No, I just couldn't because it hurt my thumb. Like, I'm serious. I haven't even... I
Forced
probably
into
put,
retirement.
like, 2 hours in the new Tears of the Kingdom, which is the new Zelda one. And so,
Of
like,
course.
played, like, at least an hour, and I was like, oh, this sucks. I was like, no.
I don't really even know what Zelda is, to be honest, but...
It's... Well, I didn't really play too much Zelda when I was younger. I was more Pokemon.
Nice.
But it's just like this open map. Like I think it was like 2.5 kilometers of map. So you just like run around and like do like little side quests, and you have to try and beat the bad guys. And there's a few bad guys that after like 300 hours, I would go nowhere near. Like I didn't need to kill them. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. Like they scare the crap out of me.
Can you complete the game Zelda? Or is it just like never ending?
No, you can. Oh, you can complete it once you defeat Ganon, I think. Like it's completed, but it still keeps going.
So in 300 hours, you didn't beat it?
No, I was just running around.
That's like me in GTA, just like running around.
Well, and I haven't even done all the shrines yet. I can't remember how many shrines there were, but like there's still so much to do. So I was like, if the game just keeps like doing the same thing, I was just like, I might as well do all of it, get like super strong, and then I can go defeat the scary big guy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it never happened.
No, and then I just stopped playing. Maybe I got busy at work or something.
Was it a pandemic thing that brought on the Zelda Gameathon, or was it just...
No, I was just doing that before that. Animal Crossing is what I got into.
If I had $1 for every time one of my guests have said that they played Animal Crossing, I still don't understand what I've looked it up, I've asked people what it is, and I still don't get what Animal Crossing is.
It's just a really nice, relaxing game.
That's the kind of thing that people say. That doesn't tell me anything about what the game is.
Well, like now it's been a while since I've played, but you just like walk around and like plant things and find things and catch fish and do stuff.
Is it kind of like Farmville?
Yeah, I guess so. Like I would say
Okay.
like a better version of that. So it's cuter, I guess. I didn't get as far as like what other people have done. Like you could fly to other people's places and like find all these things. Like I think once, because we were in lockdown for like 11 weeks or something.
Something like that.
So I stayed at the shop. I was literally living in the shop.
Nice. That's the grind mentality right there. We love that.
Well, I recently split up with my ex, so I moved back in with my mum. And then they were like, you know, if you're not working, like you can't go to work or whatever. So I was like, well, if I just sleep here, then no one's going to tell me off. And then I could like repaint and clean and do all the things. So yeah, and then wake up in the morning, play a bit of Animal Crossing and then get into painting.
Rise and grind.
So I stayed busy because that was a long time of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like
It was.
I think before that I had like 2 weeks off was the max I had
Okay.
for a holiday because I wouldn't allow myself to have any longer than that.
Animal Crossing. Nice.
I don't think maybe you'd get into it when you're like retired. You're like, oh, I have to play Animal Crossing
That's
now.
what, like 60 years from now?
Yeah, maybe
Lovely.
by the time you do.
I think we'll be able to like be in Animal Crossing by that time. Technology will be like that far advanced.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Just kidding. I'm not going to be alive in 60 years.
Well, you'll be 83.
You think I'm going to make... I just told you before I can't take Dexies because it's going to make my heart explode. You think I'm going to make it to 83? Bloody 53 would be a bloody achievement for me.
You'll be like 103. You'll be like, fuck my life.
Just the last 10 years of my life, I'm like, fuck.
Why isn't it ending?
Just end it. Just pop a Dexy.
Yeah, but maybe have one then.
Yeah. It just doesn't even do anything to my heart. It just makes me focus really hard.
You're like, why didn't I do this like 80 years sooner?
My life would have been so much better. I could have started a podcast because, you know, by then memory's gone. All that.
I could have done something.
Yeah. Oh, what were we talking about? Animal Crossing. Nice.
Gaming. That went off on a tangent, didn't it?
That's okay. And you said you liked Pokemon when you were younger.
Yeah. I used to play it on the Game Boy.
Nice. I had a Game Boy. There you go. I'm not so young after all.
Okay.
I am. But
do you have a black and white one?
I had a grey one.
No, like where it was like black and white and you couldn't play it at night, so you had to buy a light for it.
Oh, that you're pushing it now. I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because it was my brother's, and then, he's 3 years older than me, so I just kind of, it existed, and I started playing it. And
Quit when you could.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't even know what games I used to play on it, because I start thinking about it. I'm like, oh, that game, and then I'm like, hold on, that was the DS.
You see, I never had a DS. I just had the original Game Boy when you had like a little light because you couldn't see it at night.
I think I played Mario Kart. No,
that was Nintendo 64.
I didn't have a Nintendo 64. What did I play on it?
There would have been like Donkey Kong.
Didn't play that.
God, now you're trying to make me.
Maybe it was just like Mario on there.
Yeah,
like Super Mario.
Yeah, Super Mario.
That maybe that's what I was playing.
You know, I'm trying to remember what.
I don't know, because I think I had Game Boy, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PSP.
Okay.
Before their time. DS, and then Xbox 360, Xbox One.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm basically a gamer. What can I say?
Well, I went from the Game Boy to laptop.
PC.
Yep, I was into my Sims. Yeah. That's when I decided I wanted to be like an architect, but then you had to be good at maths, so I was like, nope. Then I was like, maybe I'll be an interior designer, and I was like, nope. But yeah, I put a lot of hours into Sims when I was younger.
Yeah. If only my missus was here. She loves Sims, and I've just recently got a new laptop, and I'm glad that I did because there wasn't even enough storage space on her laptop that I was using to download an audio file, which was like 60 megabytes. Because it was full of all of the mods that she'd downloaded. The whole laptop was full of mods.
Yes.
And she hasn't played it in like over 6 months. Like a long time.
Oh, that's so good. I had to get a new laptop because I don't know whether it was like Sims 3 or something at the time came out. And I got all excited and I put it into my laptop and it was just like, no. I was like, no. Then I got a new one and then I was like, yes. And then I hadn't played that for like forever. Then I was playing Xbox. That's when I got into like Overwatch and played that.
What is Overwatch? I've never even heard of it, to be honest.
Oh god, see, I have the worst memory. So you're all like different characters. I can't remember how many, like maybe 6. And there's probably like 50 characters now. So everyone has their strengths, like defense, whatever. And then you all just like play together. So like you got a healer, like all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
But I only got into it because my friend at the time was playing it. And I was like, I would like want to hang out with you. So like, I'll do this. So I played this character called Mercy. And so she was just a healer. So I just like run around healing people. And then a few people like, Mercy, use your gun. And I was like, I have a gun. I literally just like ran and like healed all these people. So that was fun. But yeah, then all my friends were playing on a computer. And I was like, uh-oh, like I don't know. Still to this day, like don't know how people play on PC.
I don't get it.
Like if you've always played as a controller. So then I ended up getting my Xbox controller and like playing it,
hooking it up
like onto the laptop, and I was like, why is this so slow?
Yeah.
Like, because this is faster. I was like, how do
no,
you
it's not.
do that? I was like, this is so difficult. And eventually I kind of got it, but I'd still like move over the wrong way.
How people were just like,
It's just like multitasking. Like, I don't know how you do that.
Using their little limbs to just like control themselves and stuff. It's just crazy. Crazy what people can do with their little limbs, hey?
Oh my God. Anyway, but yeah, I haven't really been gaming since though. Adult things, I guess.
Adult things do take priority. Okay, Pikachu, Squirtle, Bulbasaur. Rank them from favourite to least favourite. Or just pick your favourite and tell me who you hate.
Pikachu.
Is your favourite? Basic.
I know.
Who's your favourite Pokemon?
Jigglypuff.
Okay, I know Jigglypuff. I don't know a lot about Pokemon, but I know Jigglypuff.
Oh no, I'm not up to date. Like, there's like, what, 1 billion Pokemon now?
Too many.
Like, there's like a ice cream looking one and like a rubbish bag or something. Like, I'm not up to date.
One with little limbs.
Was it? I keep saying that. Was it Diglett?
No idea.
Diglett looks like a little limb.
Diglett.
He's literally like a little brown thing with dirt around him.
Okay.
He looks like a little limb.
I'll have to look him up.
And then you'll lose your shit laugh.
Okay. My favourite is Ditto.
Okay.
Just because I don't understand how he's not the best Pokemon. Like,
because he can be anyone?
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
But like, how would he not always win? I don't get it.
I don't know, was it like half the strength or something maybe?
No, isn't it just like...
Same?
Yeah. Like, how is he not the most overpowered Pokemon? I don't understand.
Maybe because his first move was changing into it, so he lost.
He's
taking it up by that move.
He's the opposite of a chess player thinking one move behind.
He like never has a chance. Yeah, poor bugger.
He's smart as fuck, but he's like one move behind, so he just can't win.
I actually really like playing chess.
I don't know how to play chess. Got no idea.
It's fun.
There's too many different moving things. I'm sure if I sat down for an hour, I could learn it, but I have not and will not. So, yeah.
Maybe when you're like 80. Just like all these things that you can do.
Take the Dexy and then play chess, learn how to play chess.
You just have this list of things to do when you're like too old to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just like I'll reach an age where if I'm not dead yet, I'll be like so sick of living that I'll take a Dexy and either I'll be focused enough to be able to do stuff or it'll kill me. So it's a win-win.
Why not?
Exactly. Yeah, I'll set it at 94.
94?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. If you can do anything by then.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to move your hand to like play.
Oh, if it ever gets to a point where I can't move like my body and stuff and be independent, I'd rather just like, have it being done because what's that like?
You know, being a vegetable just to me like does not sound fun.
I mean, like by all means, no shade at people who have family members and stuff that are like in that kind of state and they stay alive, but could not be me. I'd rather not be here than have to like just lay in a hospital bed for years or.
Oh yeah, I would be like running around in my brain going like, oh, this fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But obviously every situation, thing is different. But like for me personally, if anything happened to me, like if I couldn't draw or if I couldn't do anything,
if there was a chance to come back from it, by all means.
Oh,
but
definitely.
if you're just like stuck, that's your life now, I'm like.
I already feel bad enough when like everything like hurts.
And
I'm like, if like my arm keeps like screwing up and I can't do things. I'm like, sometimes it hurts to even like brush my teeth. I'm like, nope, you are not old enough yet. Like, you still have to do things.
Arm stops working. You're like, oh, well, try again in reincarnation, I guess.
Like another life for like a better body parts. Maybe.
Doubt it. It's a multi-generational genetic thing.
But my parents are fine. Like dad, like.
Father Fizz.
He's 64. Yeah.
All of his limbs are working.
Yeah. Well, no. I'm just going to dig myself a hole.
Okay,
yes,
Diglett, let's go. Do it.
You have to look up Diglett. Like, yeah. No, but my mum is fine as well. Like, they're fit, healthy. And I'm like, what happened? Like, is it because I've just been in the same position?
Yeah.
Tattooing for so long?
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. My knees are like gone. And I think a big part of it is when I first moved to Perth, I got a new basketball hoop and everything and set it up in the backyard on the grass patch
Oh no.
and set up a trampoline on the other side of the grass patch, and I would jump from the trampoline and dunk. And my dad was like, "Your knees are going to be gone." I'm like, "No." And now I'm like, "Fuck, I should have listened.
No.
Should have listened after the first jump, not after the first 4 weeks."
I did that. I used to play soccer or football.
Soccer.
Soccer.
Yep.
And then I helped the AFL team, footy, with one game, and I snapped my ACL.
Oof.
Yep. Which I thank now because I wouldn't have gotten into tattooing. Otherwise, I would have thought I could be a famous soccer player, which only now women are being recognised.
Yeah. Love Mary Fowler. I was actually just talking to my missus about this. How many like bones have you broken and stuff?
I've never broken a bone.
And you played sport like all growing up, hey?
Well, yeah, up until I was 16.
See, this is the thing. I've played football and basketball since I was about 4. I've never broken a bone. I've had a hairline fracture in my ankle once. That's the worst thing I've ever had. Jarred and sprained all of my fingers, like sprained ankles and everything. But hairline fracture is the worst injury. My missus never played sport growing up. She's broken her arms, broken her fingers, broken her leg, broken this, broken... And I'm like, how? I don't understand how people that don't play sport growing up just break everything. But then if you play sports, like...
Maybe because we, I don't know, strengthened our muscles, like...
But it's not muscles. It's bone. Like, ACL sucks, to be fair, but, like...
Yeah, no, I've never broken anything.
Yeah.
So, like, and then I've got no cartilage left in the other knee. So I had another
No
surgery.
cartilage?
Yeah.
Did they remove it?
No, I think because I
The people who stole the copper pipe stole
they
the
stole
cartilage
the
as
cartilage
well.
from my knee. No, I think it's because for like 2 years we were trying to figure out what was wrong with my knee.
Okay.
And so I overcompensated using my left one. And then, yeah, one day I just like, it clicked back in and then was swollen for like 2 weeks and it just kept doing that. And then realised I had like 10% left of my cartilage in my knee.
So it's not even the knee that you did your ACL in. It's the other knee.
No, it's the other one.
That's wild.
Yeah. And so I had surgery 8 years ago to put back together the 10% that I had because apparently like I was too young to not have any. And then I think it's starting to go now because I kind of clicked it out while working on the house.
Bodies are weird. Like,
oh, they suck, man.
because even like I'm a massive NBA fan, and there's this NBA player that I don't think he tore his meniscus, but he injured his meniscus, and he's like 7'1" and like a massive dude, so like knees are a problem. And when they do your meniscus, it's so weird. There's so many options they can do. They can remove the meniscus completely. They can sew it back together, like put it back together. They can remove parts of it, or they can just like let it heal. But like it all depends when they open up and see what they're working with. Then they have to make the decision. I'm like, that's insane.
It's
like,
yeah. So that's what they originally thought was wrong with mine.
Yeah,
it was like a meniscus tear, whatever. But then it just worked out that I just had like nothing left there.
it's wild.
But yeah, like both surgeries, like the first one with my ACL, they were like, "Oh, you did something else, so we're just gonna have a keyhole surgery and like kind of fix it." And then they're like, "Oh no, you need like a full ACL recon." And I was like, "How do you not know?" And they're like, "Well, we can't really see." Like this was like, 17 years ago now. Like I don't know if technology was not that great back then, but
Probably not.
Like I guess they couldn't see everything. So like until they're in there, like that's when they decide what they're gonna do, I guess.
That's wild.
Which sucks though, because they don't have like anything to replace cartilage. So the next option for me is a knee recon. So like I'll just get like a bionic knee. But I'm too young for it.
What's the age?
I think it's 50.
Okay.
Because it only lasts you can only get it done twice. They can only drill into your bones twice. So I guess 50 to 70, 70 to 90. I'm like, can I just have a working knee now? Like
Afterpay, but in years.
I'm like, if I have one now and then another one at like 50, like by the time I'm 70, I don't care.
Yeah.
You know,
if I can't walk when I'm 70, then
who gives a shit?
charge it to the game, I guess.
But yeah, no, apparently I'm too young. So I'm like, oh, great. So what am I supposed to do for the next 17 years? Just hope it stays together.
Insane. Have you ever seen that thing that they can do now to like make you taller? Your bones?
Oh.
It's grotty. And I'm sorry, like I'm not tall by any means, but if you're that insecure about how tall you are, that's
Wouldn't
wild.
it just make you out of proportion?
That's what I've always thought, because I'm like, if you gain like 6 inches, in your legs, and then your arms are the same length and your torso's the same length, you're gonna look fucking weird.
Right.
So I don't like. Would they have to do your arms as well? But then you wouldn't be able to move at all.
Yeah, like bedridden for how long? But yeah, wouldn't that make you like really unbalanced too? Like
Yeah, you'd think
your whole
so.
body would be like, wow, my shins are like twice the size. Like,
Yeah.
how do I walk now?
Do they do it in your shin or is it in your femur?
Oh, I don't know. Is it in your femur?
I've got no idea. I just know
Well, I guess it probably, but I don't know.
because they get the bone, they cut it, and then they extend it just enough and put like bolts in it, because then the bone like fuses back together. So it's just extending it, and then once that's grown back to, like almost back together, they extend it more and just like keep pulling it further and further, so the bone just keeps fusing together. So people are like, oh yeah, I'd like do that, and then I'd be really good at basketball. And it's like, bro, if you do that, you're not gonna be able to walk. You're just gonna be taller. That's it. Like,
and then for so long, isn't the femur like one of the strongest bones in
yeah.
your body?
Oh, it's the biggest bone. I'm pretty sure.
And maybe possibly
Except for the little limb. Yeah.
But then now you're cutting it.
Yeah.
You know, like.
I don't know if it's the I don't know. Because
No,
also,
that would make sense though, because then like having really long shins, I don't know how that works.
but having really long femurs and then short shins is not going to be much better.
Because it's kind of like it's
Maybe
kinda
just
even,
do
right?
femur on your left, shin on your right,
Just be like walking, just your knees would be. I don't even
and
know
then
how that would work.
humerus on your left arm, and then radius at all around.
Right, that would like your legs would be like so long,
Yeah.
and then your arms, because isn't it supposed to be like your arms reach a certain part of your legs or something?
Well, your wingspan is meant to be the same as your height,
Okay,
roughly.
so then your arms.
Yeah, just a T-Rex. Yeah, I'm going to be held tall and you just get the name T-Rex boy.
I
Like,
just can't believe how much time and effort they've put into all these like cosmetic surgeries when they can't even give me a new knee. Well, there's not even anything to replace cartilage yet.
hurry up, guys. Fuck,
Right.
what's taking you so
No,
long?
stop like enhancing people.
Did you see that one in India recently? That guy that like, he didn't have any arms because he got like run over by a train or something. And then they got a donor's arms and they reattached the arms and like lined up all the nerves and everything so they work.
What?
And like even in India, they're like, this is like literally a miracle. Like they didn't think it was going to work. They were just trialing it.
Yeah, because
And then-
it's not like he's going to lose
Yeah.
arms.
And then and then it ended up working. Like they reattached everything perfectly. I think it was like a 12-hour surgery, which is wild in itself.
That's crazy.
But yeah, apparently like, and like there's the photos and yeah, it's like all sewn up and they're still like looking into how they actually made it work because yeah, they're like, we were just trialing it and it ended up working and it's just a miracle.
Because that's like one of the hardest things, like
Yeah.
a hand, because there's so many like nerves.
Mm.
That's a good thing.
Mm.
Like, wow, like he can have hands now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad they're like doing that kind of surgery, but you know, all the other things that people can do to enhance things and
Like, you know, the first thing he's doing, right?
what?
Like we all like, he hasn't had arms for many years. You know the first thing he's doing, like.
If he can even learn to, wouldn't it take him a while to like figure out?
Does that count as getting a hand job? Because they're not your arms.
Would he know how to let go? Like,
Well, it's not a robot arm.
well, he could still be learning.
Still learning.
It's like, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah, I guess so. Because I'm pretty sure they can also, if you lose your thumb, they can take your big toe and put it on there. I'd rather not have a thumb.
Yeah, but then you can't do anything. We can't hold anything. Okay.
Apparently you can. Like you can
Without-
use it.
No, but I mean, like, if you didn't have a thumb.
Okay, would you rather not have a thumb or have a big toe on your hand?
Well, if it meant I could like lift things up, then give
I'd
me a
rather
big
use my
toe.
elbows. That would suck.
Well, so every time you have to pick something up,
Can you imagine getting a wet willy from that?
wouldn't fit.
That's what she said. Yeah, that's,
Oh my god.
nah, like,
No toe for you?
nah,
No.
I don't think so. That's
I mean,
weird.
I guess you got your other hand.
Exactly. I think I'd rather have no thumbs than have both hands with big toes.
Toe fingers.
That's like, I've already got tiny fingers and hands as it is. Like having a thumb that's a big toe.
See, I've got really thin fingers, so if I had like a toe thumb, it'd stand out. And people are like, what happened to your thumb? I don't know, it's swollen.
Oh, none of the letters are on your thumbs. That would have been a really funny joke, but callback.
I
But
can miss
yeah.
one completely. Oh my god.
Whiz is.
Well, yeah, I can miss from this one. I could make that ink. No,
Or-
I'm not. I'm
Just get rid of the two S's and it's me fizz.
me fizz.
Who fizz? Me fizz.
Well, I always wondered that, like, if I ever like got burnt or anything like that, what would happen? But haven't had that problem yet.
Well, it's like when people get into like accidents and they have to have surgery and then they have to like sew back the skin and then they don't line it up perfectly and like your tattoos are all like off.
Oh yeah, it's great. Like
Slightly.
I've seen a few people that have had like weight loss surgery,
Mm.
and then obviously they've got to like stitch things back together, and they're like, "Oh, my surgeon tried to line it up." I'm like, "That's fucking sick."
How kind of them. I'd be mad if they're like, yeah, fuck it, I don't care.
Well, then you'd have like just this random piece, just like, what's that? Just like, oh yeah, the rest just disappeared.
I don't know what happened to it. It went somewhere.
We have to make it into something now.
The surgeon's just got two toes on his hands and
He didn't know what he was
Trying
doing.
his
He couldn't
best.
grab anything properly.
just trying his best. That was a great chat about gaming.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time it's just like.
Like I said off the top, welcome back to the ADHD podcast.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's what this is. Because the other thing I was going to ask you about was you went traveling a bunch last year, hey?
I did.
Nice. How was that? Where'd you go to?
I
The
went.
highlights.
I went to the UK. Two of my friends moved over there. And then they were like, they moved like a week before, and they were like, "Oh, we're going to Amsterdam." They're like, "You should come." I was like, "Okay." so then I went and I helped them like move in because they hadn't really moved in yet, and then we went to Amsterdam, which is crazy because it was like a 50-minute flight from Birmingham. I was like, this is crazy. It's like not even as long to go to like Melbourne.
Yeah.
So like you're up in the air and then before you know it, you're like down. Although we almost missed our flight because it was the King's coronation.
Right.
So everyone's on holidays because they're like, fuck that.
Fair.
But no, Amsterdam was cool, and then saw London, and then that was a cool trip for like 2 weeks.
Nice. Amsterdam's amazing. I love it. Like, not even for like drugs and everything like that. Just aesthetically, it's so beautiful.
Oh, it's incredible, like just how everything's just like built around the water. You're like, how are you still standing?
Yeah. Yeah. And like the bike traffic and everything rather than like the car traffic. It's just.
Like we sat there. Oh, because we obviously were drinking everywhere we could. But I think we were just like on a corner. It was just like crazy to just see like so many cyclists and like barely anyone just like tooting or anything.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is just like so cohesive, whereas like in Perth, it's like there's one cyclist on the road and everyone's just like,
Run him over.
it's like, I can't give you 1.5 meters.
Yeah. Yeah. No, to be fair, Perth drivers, very bad.
Yeah. 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 Although Melbourne, that's hard. Driving in Melbourne.
I've never had to drive in Melbourne. So.
Trams are scary.
Trams are scary.
Because they're like on the road. So you've got to remember where they are.
So you mean when you're driving, trams are scary?
yeah, so
Not
like-
on a tram is
No,
scary.
because like obviously the roads go over like tram tracks and that some are like in line with the tram.
Yeah.
And so remembering not to like obviously stop because it's not really clear, Whereas
Yeah.
here, like there's like a railroad crossing, so like you know
Boom
where to,
gates come down and
where to go. Whereas there, it's just kind of like all over the place. And they also have this thing where it's a right hook turn.
I know about that because I've never driven in
Which
Melbourne,
is
but yeah,
stupid.
it's-
So you're like-
what is it? I don't know.
I'm trying to remember. So I think in order to turn right, you have to go into the left lane and wait. Pretty much.
What, and then you like turn across all of the lanes or
Yeah,
something.
it's really weird. Like it's almost like
What's
you go
the point of that?
you go into the left to like not obstruct traffic or something like that.
I don't get how that benefits anyone in any way.
I know. And so you're just like sitting there like in the way of everything. And I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm trying to think what benefit that provides in any way.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm going to Melbourne in like a month, so.
Are you driving?
Oh, fuck no.
Then you're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out for it. But
No, I'm trying to remember, but yeah, it's stupid, but they have, I guess it works for them, so.
I also only just recently found out what tolls are.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't know what they are because we don't have them here.
No, we don't have them here. It's pretty cool here.
Yeah.
Whereas
Why do they exist? I don't like that. That's shit.
I don't know, I guess because they have so many more big things over there, like the government doesn't want to pay for it, so then
Government doesn't want to pay for anything. They just want to take our money for all the time that we work.
Which is crazy. I think I got a hire car or something once, and in order to like not pay more fees, it was just like go the non-toll way, and it's just like an hour longer.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah, because whenever I use maps, it says avoid
Tolls.
highways, avoid tolls. And then, one time I was like to my missus, I was like, the fuck is a toll? And then she was like, you don't know what a toll is? So I was like, no, what's a toll? And she was telling me, and she was like, how do you not know what a toll is? I was like, do you know how many times I've driven outside of WA?
0.
That many times.
Yeah, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
So why would you know that otherwise?
I like it, but like, what?
I guess so the government doesn't have to pay for things.
We could do a whole episode on how shit the government is.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know that much, but
Neither do
whatever
I.
affects me, like, fuck you.
Yeah. Even when I go to vote and everything, people aren't going to like this because people don't like it when I say it, but like, I don't really care all that much. Like, I know who not to vote for,
Yeah.
but in terms of who to actually vote for, I'm like, I don't care. They're all just lying anyway.
Yeah.
Some just lie about other things and some are better at lying than others, but at the end of the day, they're all going to lie about something. So I'm like,
I think it all kind of just goes the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, well, you know, especially out of the two major parties.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know what? I don't know enough. I'm just going to stay out of it.
That's pretty much what I do.
It's
But then
just-
when people are like, vote Liberal or vote Labor, I'm like, how are you so far on one side that you don't see that your side is also lying?
Yep.
Like, if one was lying and one wasn't, everyone would vote for the one that isn't lying, obviously. So
Who's better at lying?
yeah, exactly. So I'm like, they're just gonna bend us over regardless. So
Well, and it's just like how Trump can still go
yeah,
for presidency
exactly.
while he's on trial.
Yeah,
Like, I haven't even really looked into that, but I think that's a fucking joke.
yeah. I
Right?
stay out of politics as much
I'm
as
like,
I
that
possibly
is
can.
hilarious.
Yeah.
That he can still run.
Yeah.
Like, what is the, like, I mean, the world was fucked anyway when Trump came into power. Like, what a joke that was.
USA is a fucking. What's going on over there? Jeez, like
Look, yeah, I'm glad I live here.
I always wanted to go there to go watch NBA games, and now, like as I get older, I'm like, take it or leave it. I'm okay.
See, I went to America, and
Where'd you go?
honestly, I was going to spend the entire 2 weeks in Vegas, which was my ex's plan. But it was his 30th, so I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I really liked casinos. I really liked gambling. Not anymore, but back then.
Mhm.
And it was not as nice as I thought it was going to be.
Hot, hey?
Oh, yeah, Nevada was gross.
Yeah.
But it was just so, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, even, like, going to Disneyland and stuff like that, everything's just, like, there's just too many people and no one really cares and it's just all dirty and gross. Whereas then I went to Disneyland Universal in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, this is so beautiful. And everyone is so nice. And, like, everyone just respects everyone.
Yeah.
You know, like, everyone's just so aware of everyone. I was like, this is beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
I'll go back to Japan. I have no plans on going back to America.
Yeah.
I was like, America's just more of a glorified Australia.
Yeah.
Really, like, our signs look the same. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, what else did we take from America?
Yeah. It's a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. I
Yeah,
like
pretty-
that description of it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my missus goes on about like, oh, I want to go to this city. I want to go to New York City and do this and do this. I'm like, the only reason I want to go to the US is to go watch an NBA game. That's it. and it's not worth going for the trip over just to watch one NBA game, so I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, like
So-
I wanted to go to New York, and then I've just seen so many people like it's just dirty.
Yeah, dirty, rats.
I think we drove
Hey, I'm walking here.
we drove through a bit of Hollywood, and it was disgusting.
Yeah.
And then we did we had a car, and we went. I can't even remember what it. You know where all the palm trees are and stuff. Mulholland Drive or something. We did that.
Like in Cali or
Yeah, I think LA.
yeah, San Francisco?
No, it was in LA. It was not far from.
Like in LA.
Yeah, in LA. There's just the
Palm
I
Beach?
think it's it's like Mulholland Drive. It's just literally where you just this road that goes past all these houses and heaps of movies are in it and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, this is meh.
I think that's Armadale in Australia, in Perth. You're like, there's an Armadale, and
But no, the only thing that was cool, which I'm really sad I didn't do, was there was a few abandoned theme parks on the drive from LA to Nevada, and I really wanted to go in there, but all these signs said jail time or something. If you found in there, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that because I will be the one that gets arrested for dumb shit. So I didn't get to do that, but
it would be that time that you would get found.
oh, I have the worst luck, honestly,
Same, bro.
to do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a big mass shooting when I was in Vegas, and then we
Nice.
couldn't leave for 12 hours, so that was great.
Was that the mass shooting? Nice.
I was like, sorry, America, I'll leave now. I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You being in America was the reason that they had the mass shooting, for sure. It wasn't. So what was the excuse the other 250,000 times?
No, and then we cut our trip short from Vegas and went to Anaheim, Disneyland and stuff. And then there was a massive fire, and so we were just getting ashed on. I was like, I'm leaving soon. I'm so sorry. I'm done.
All right, I'll let you go soon, but we'll end off with some rapid fire questions that are never so rapid and a would you rather, which I still haven't thought of, so I'm going to have to think of one. But if you have one locked and loaded, by all means, have it ready to go.
No.
I was going to go locked and loaded, but after our last conversation, maybe.
No.
Maybe not. Shout out Vegas. What's something that's on your bucket list that you would like to be able to tick off in the next 5 years?
Oh, God.
Good answer. Second.
Finish my house.
Finish your house. As in, have it completely done.
Done enough.
Okay.
But it's a lot.
Okay.
Like,
What's the one thing that you would want to be able to have done in your house where you can be like, I've done it? And don't say get rid of the varnish and paint over it.
there's this really poorly built back area that needs to be rebuilt.
Okay.
So once that's done and extended, I'll be happy.
Like a patio?
It was a weird sunroom that they kind of added into the house and then put a roof on and just made it a part of the house. And it's just all damaged and moldy, and
Not a vibe.
I'm locking my house away from that.
Mm.
But I also have a concrete pool, so I'm deciding whether I want to
A concrete pool?
a swimming pool.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
A
concrete. Only
a pool
because-
made out of concrete. I thought you meant a pool for concrete. I was like, the fuck is a
No,
concrete pool?
It's because I had a fiberglass pool at my last house,
Okay.
and so this is a concrete pool, which,
Gotcha.
if you knew, are really expensive.
Mm.
So if it's worth fixing, I want to fix it. But it's all the way in the backyard that I'm not even looking at right now. So
Yeah, I just imagined a pool and then instead of water, it's just
Just
concrete. Want to go for a swim? Don't stay in too long.
no concrete. Yeah, concrete
Okay,
pool.
gotcha. Yeah, I completely misinterpreted that. Second, who is your go-to artist or what's your go-to playlist for when you're drawing?
I don't have one.
Nice.
The girls at work probably really hate the fact that I just put on. Well, lately I haven't really been putting on my music. I just tell Google to turn on. But I just play all the songs on my iTunes, not Spotify. But
Yuck.
it's 15 years worth of music.
Okay.
And I'll just keep skipping until I feel like something. So it'll go from Korn to The Used to I don't know, whatever's trending right now to, God, like the Decemberists, Josh Pike, which is music my sister got me into. Yeah, I guess it just depends on what mood I'm in. I've never really just stuck to one genre.
I see. Have you got like a song at the moment that's just been on repeat? Other than Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, of course, but...
Not really. No, I think it just, like, sometimes I'll go through those phases, though, where, like, I'll just play one song.
What was your most recent one?
Now you're trying to make me remember.
Yeah, I've done that a few times during this podcast, haven't I?
Mm-hmm. I have a horrible memory.
Or, like, if it's artist that you had on repeat for a while or something.
Ash Nico.
She sings a song that I know of, but I don't know what it is.
She sings some pretty funny songs, which is usually hating men.
Nice. Love that.
No, it's pretty catchy.
Yeah, I think the song that she must have like a song that blew up on TikTok or something like that.
Oh, probably.
And I probably have heard it or something because it sounds like someone that my missus would listen to. So.
Yeah, she's cool.
My missus or Ashnika?
Well, I haven't met your missus, but I'm assuming she's pretty cool.
Because she's...
Yeah, with you, I guess.
Appreciate it. It's like the first compliment I've ever got. Who is a tattoo artist that either you looked up to when you were starting to go into the industry or when you were finding your way in the industry, or someone that you kind of see doing similar things that you're doing that you find inspiration from?
Jasmine Austin. About when I started tattooing, she did like pretty cutesy, cool, like semi-gory kind of stuff, and I thought that was sick because there wasn't really that many female artists, going on like 14, 15 years ago. Or, if there were, like, I didn't really know of many. She was really cool. I got my sleeve done by her.
Okay.
I think I was like a year into tattooing, and I feel like she taught me a lot. Like, I just honestly sit there and watch because I was like, this is so cool, and I can actually see it. And then Mimsy, she tattoos in Brisbane.
Okay.
And gosh, she's been tattooing so long, and I don't know how she's still doing it. And she's drawing so much still, and she's like, I think that's cool that she's still been able to stay really relevant. I actually met her in Brisbane, and I like fangirled really badly.
Nice.
I think I just didn't even know what to say when she came up to me. I was like, oh my gosh.
You're like,
yeah.
Can you just tattoo Miss Fizz on my knuckles, please?
But I think she came up to me and gave me one of her art books, and then she was like, if you ever want to do a guest spot, and I was just like,
you're like, I'm free now until forever if that works for you.
But I was so embarrassed because I was like, I've met like famous people and stuff, and I could not care less. But like, meeting someone I guess that you looked up to for so long, and I was just like, I don't even know what to say. Like, and you want me to go work? I was like, what? Like, are you sure you got the right person? Are you sure? No, but yeah. So yeah, Mimsy and Jasmine.
Where's Jasmine work?
Jasmine. I cannot recall.
Perth?
Yep.
Okay.
I can't remember what the shop's called now, but she used to own Adorned Empire.
Okay.
In Fremantle.
Yep.
It was a private studio, and she actually really helped me open mine as well. Because it's a hard thing to do. But yeah, again, I'll have to.
That's right. I'll like find it after we record, and I'll just put it right here what the name of the studio is.
Yep. So there.
It's this one.
Yeah, and there's
right
heaps
there.
of good artists there, like heaps of people that have been tattooing as long as me, or even longer, and freaking fantastic. Even
Nice.
better than me.
Big call. You're pretty fantastic.
I'm like, I don't know how I'm still here.
Well, you made it onto a small podcast that's trying to grow, so your life's gone downhill.
People are going to be like, wow, this is like the most you've ever spoken.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you haven't met me. Online, I don't say much, but like in person, good luck.
Yeah, the ADHD.
Oh, yeah, I won't shut up sometimes.
Nice. That's good for a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we just go on about random shit.
That's the best way to do it. The best way. Before we go, do you have a would you rather?
What's a would you rather?
A thing where you say, would you rather do this or this?
For you? Or what do you mean?
In general. I've got one that I'm going to ask you, so if you have one ready to go, like, would you rather eat a bag of beans or a bean of bags?
You go first. I have to think.
Okay. Would you rather for the rest of your life swap out milk and water? So anything that you would normally have water, you have milk instead.
Okay.
And anything that's meant to be the other way around, then it's swapped. So like, for example, you have...
cereal with water.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or do you drink coffee?
Yeah, sometimes.
So instead of doing the water and the coffee and everything, it's milk and coffee. And then you like put water in it instead of milk.
Okay.
Or for the rest of your life, swap out spoons and forks. So when you would normally use a spoon, you use a fork. And when you would normally use a fork, you use a spoon.
Spoon and fork.
Really?
Yep.
Any reason?
I'll figure it out how to eat food. But milk and water just, I don't know, I feel like that would ruin a lot of things.
Imagine like trying to eat soup or something. And you got to try to use a fork.
Can I just grab the whole bowl?
No. You have to use the utensil.
That's all right. It'll just take me like 3 hours to eat soup. That's fine.
Only
Just
3 hours, you reckon?
Like balance it on whatever like little crevice there is on the fork. Yeah, that's fine.
I watched a TikTok recently of a guy drinking a cup of water with chopsticks. So he'd like dip the chopsticks in and then like...
Yeah, see? So like if that's how long it would take me, then...
Oh, it was a long time. I can't remember how long. It was like over 2 hours. It was a long time lapse.
I just don't think I could swap. Like there's just so many things I would not want to have with milk.
Yeah.
Or and vice versa with water. Like
imagine like ice cream, but it's made with water.
So it'd be like a sorbet.
True. But then, that just creates like
Yeah,
a thing because then sorbet would become ice cream, which is then sorbet. Which
yeah,
is,
so could you like just swap them and then somehow get away with both?
I guess so. There you go. You found the loophole, but you chose the other option. So
That's right. I'll have soup for 10 hours. Then maybe just never have soup.
Fair. Do you have a would you rather? If you don't, it's totally fine.
I just feel like I'm just not fast enough for it now.
That's what he said.
Oh no, I'm not going down that track. I'm not going down that track. Would you rather be blind or deaf?
Is it like completely blind, completely deaf? I think I would rather be completely deaf.
Okay.
I'd rather be able to see. Yeah. What would you choose?
I don't know. That's a hard one.
I feel like as a tattoo artist, you have to do...
Yeah, but then I really love music.
Same.
And I hate silence. So, like, I always need, like, if I go in the shop and no music's playing, I'll go crazy. If the music stops, I'll go crazy. Like, I always have music playing. But I guess if it depends, like, then I can't create art. I can't work. Like, I guess I'll just have to deal with the silence.
Yeah. And, you know, like, playing video games and stuff. Watching TV shows.
Just subtitles.
Movies. When you're blind.
No, when you're deaf. Oh, no, yeah, no. Like, if you can't hear it, obviously.
Yeah,
but then, if you're blind, you just listen to everything.
Well, you can still listen to the podcast, so...
Yeah, I guess that's a good thing.
It's all you need. All you need is this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Thank you so much for coming on.
That's all right. Thanks for having me.
Anytime. Where can people find you, either in person or online?
Fizz Inc., which is a private studio, so you can't just find me. But yeah,
don't go looking.
Fizz Inc. on Instagram.
Book in, and then she'll send you the addy to come get tatted.
Yeah, you know the drill.
Exactly.
Except when you... What'd you do? You were late for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ali. Yeah. I think I've told that story when Claire was on, but yeah, I came to Fizz Inc. to get a tattoo maybe like 3 years ago. Oh, wouldn't have been 3
Oh no,
years ago.
it was the wrong time. Okay, no,
Two-
you figured out where the shop was.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
I
that
figured out
wasn't
where the
you.
shop was, but I was half an hour late because I thought the appointment was 10:30, but it was 10. And I was like 2 minutes. I thought I was 2 minutes late, and I was stressing. And then she didn't want a piece of me because I was
32.
half an hour late. I was like, oh fuck.
I'm the worst human.
Yeah, I that keeps me up at night still to this
No,
day.
it's fine. Like as long
It's
as
not.
if you like rocked up with like a coffee and like breakfast, then like we would be pissed. You know
Oh,
what I
I
mean?
thought you meant like for her. You guys would be pissed. I'm
Like I mean, like if we knew you were purposely late.
yeah,
You know, but you literally were like, "Oh my god, I'm 2 minutes late."
yeah,
So that's fine.
yeah.
Totally.
I bought merch. I paid her extra. Everything I offered to buy lunch for her. I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Shout out to Industry Tattoo Supply for sponsoring the podcast. Please be sure to like, subscribe, rate, share the show, tell your friends. And what do you want to send us off with? Is there any quote that you live by?
Stay humble.
Stay humble, do Dexies unless your heart can't take it. Later.